How is this guy making millions with a framework you have never even heard of? By creating a product you already use every day. Yes, this is Pavel Durov, founder of Telegram and Ton Network. You have probably used and tapped a button in Telegram mini app this week, but what is behind the scenes? A simple 7-step system that is driving that growth. And you can steal it for your project today. So what I'm talking about, this framework is called storybrand, and it's used by billion-dollar companies like ClickFunnels, Airbnb, and many others. In the Web3 space, projects like Ton, ETH, Avex are leveraging similar strategies to stand out on platforms like Telegram and X. The takeaway, the storybrand isn't just a theory, it's a practical framework that when applied can lead to significant improvement in user engagement, trust, and conversion rates. When you apply this framework correctly, you'll stop confusing people and make users feel like your project was built for them. Before we dive in, I already built the full ideal customer profile for Ton, and I won't go deep into it right now, but just know if you're not targeting the right person, no framework will save you. This is the whole framework, the story brand. As you can see, here is Telegram and Pavel Durov owner. So let's get through all the steps and see how can you apply this for your project. For the first step, your character, right? So who is your character and what did they want? So how Ton apply this, basically they know who is the hero of their story, and it's a Telegram native builder of Web3 founders. So someone who launching a bot, mini app or token, and they want to build fast, grow a loyal community and monetize without needing a VC money. And what do they want? Basically, they want to launch and scale a successful Telegram-based crypto project that gets used, loved, and shared without burnout or guesswork. So what this first point does to your user, basically. So why this first point works? Because humans are wired to see themselves in stories. When your brand make you the hero, your audience disconnects. When your user is the hero with a goal they care about, they lean in. So how can you apply this? Basically, stop making your project the star, make your users the main character, okay? Great example, Ton frames builders as the ones driving the future, not Ton itself. Now we move on to the part 2. Your character has a problem, right? And they have external problem, internal problem, and philosophical problem. So if you look at Ton example, for their character, the Ton builders, their Telegram-based app isn't growing. So external problems are users join then leave, Twitter engagement is low, the project is invisible and crowded in Ton space. So internal problem for builders are why aren't we growing faster, we feel stuck, invisible and behind. And philosophical problem for them is it shouldn't be this hard to grow if the product is good, and builders deserve better than burnout and noise. So this second step, what it does is basically people don't take action on logic, they act because of pain. And not just external pain, so example no growth, but internal frustration and belief driven conflict. So how can you apply this to your project? Basically you describe the exact tension your audience feels. Now if we move to the third part of this whole structure is when they meet the guide. So the guide is you. The guide shows the guidance, empathy, and authority, okay? So in this case, for example, how Ton showed the empathy to their builders is that they know how hard it is to launch something great and still feel ignored. They have seen incredible products get lost in the noise, not because they failed, but because they lack the right tools and audience. This shows them also some sort of guidance, they know how they want to help them. Lastly, authority. Why is Ton credible? Because they help projects like Notecoin and many others in their ecosystem combine Telegram's 200 million plus users with fast, low-cost blockchain infrastructure and built to support viral, scalable products. So what does this third point does is basically people don't want a hero, they want a mentor, the guide that shows them empathy, that you get their pain, an authority that you can help them. So how can you apply this again? Your project is not the hero, it is the guide that helps users win. Frame your token, tool or app as the unlock, not the centerpiece. If we move now to the fourth point, is the plan. You as the guide will give them the plan. The shorter the better, because too many steps will confuse your users. How did Ton this? Basically, for the first part, for the first step, they want you to build with Ton's Telegram native tools. For the second part, they want to tap into Ton's ecosystem growth channels, and for the third step, they scale with the community, not complexity. What this point does is basically the brain craves simplicity. If people don't see a clear path, they freeze. So again, how can you apply this? Break your project's journey into 3 steps. The less the better, as we said before. And yeah, for our 5th point is where you will call them to action. We have the direct call to action and transitional call to action. So for direct call to action, as you can see, Ton used start building with Ton now. And for transactional call to action, for curious or early stage builders, they use explore how projects like Notecoin scale on Ton, download the Ton Builder playbook, join the Telegram ecosystem builders group. So again, for this 5th point, people don't act unless you ask them. Unclear or hidden call to actions equals inaction, and a direct invite creates clarity and urgency. So how can you apply this? End every tweet, video or product page with one clear call to action. Join now, claim your airdrop, try the app, don't be subtle, be intentional. And we are moving almost on the last point. You will help them avoid failure. So here you expose the risk of inaction and all the negative outcomes that come if they don't buy from you and if they don't use your product. So how did Ton do this? Basically, they show the builders that they will waste time and energy if they don't use their app. They will miss on a lot of visibility because Telegram has 900 million plus users. They will have that community, missed ecosystem leverage, and they will have a lot of emotional cost, which means frustration when the project will not grow, self-doubt, and many other things that will happen to you psychologically. Again, for this 6th point, it's very important for you to know that humans are twice as motivated by loss as they are by gain. If you don't show what's at stake, people won't move. For example, how can you apply this? Basically, highlight what users miss out on if they skip your project. And for the last 7th point, it ends in success. So what success looks like to your ideal customer. For Ton developers, it looks like something like this. They want viral growth, engaged community, sustainable monetization, systemized growth, recognition and leverage, and emotional wins. Again, what this last point does, basically people need to see the dream to believe it. You must show clearly and emotionally what winning looks like. So how can you apply this? Basically paint the ideal future for your ideal customer. And yeah, this is it guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you will join my next video, which will break down how Alex Becker did 100 million in revenue with this simple offer strategy. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time. Bye.